Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Manjunath and I'm a software engineer based in Bangalore. I'm a builder by heart and I've been working with technologies like JavaScript, TypeScript, React, Node.js and Next.js for quite a while now. And in this channel, I'll be breaking down complex concepts into easy to understand tutorials so that this channel can help you guys master web development as soon as possible. So whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your skills, I'll be covering everything from JavaScript fundamentals to advanced concepts or full stack development in detail, and all the tips and even some behind the scene tech insights from my experience as a developer. So if you are ready to level up your coding skills and dive deep into the world of web development, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Yeah, so in today's video, we are diving into a topic that many developers often overlook: the full range of JavaScript console methods. Most people just stick to console.log, but there's so much more to explore. From console.table or console.time and many more, these methods are very powerful that can make development and debugging or analyzing your code much more efficient. A lot of developers underestimate how crucial these are for writing cleaner and more organized and error-free code. So by the end of this video, you'll not only know how to use them but also understand why these methods are very essential to leveling up in your development process. So let's break out this basic console.log mindset and get to know the true power of these console methods, right? So let's get started. So before we start the actual coding part, I would like you guys to install this little package. So this is a runtime environment for the JavaScript, so which helps you to write JavaScript code outside your browser. Okay, so it's just a click install kind of a thing. So make sure you install this. To know whether these packages are rightly installed, you can just do a cmd and you will get a command prompt. So you can just type it and you'll get this version, right? So similarly, to check the npm node package manager is installed or not, you can just type npm -v, and if you have installed it correctly, you will just get this version, right? Yeah, so we are done with this. Once you're done with this, then we can start with the console methods. So we'll just go through the basics so that everyone's are in the same page. So what is a console method in general? So console methods are basically a built-in JavaScript objects. So as you all know, JavaScript, everything is objects. So I'll be diving in deep, let you guys know what is objects and what are objects in general in coming videos. But in general, as of now, we can think objects as of a collection of properties, right? Yeah. So in simple terms, we can say that console logs or console is a built-in JavaScript object that gives you access to the browser's debugging console. So through this, you can print out values, check what's happening in your code, and even display complex data in a more readable format, so you can analyze your data and manipulate it accordingly, right? So we'll just start printing values or printing text onto the window or onto the screen, right? So as you all know and might have already used this a lot of time as of now, we'll just start with console.log. basics, right? Console.log, and as usual we'll be printing the hello world code or root, right? Okay. Boom, we got the hello world printed onto the screen, right? Now we'll just try to print some values, all right? So we'll just be using these variables to declare values. This is called assigning a value to variable. So I'm going to print this out using the console log, right? So let's check. Yeah, so we got this value. So this is how you print a value using the console.log. Okay, now, so as I said, console is an object. So what happens when you try to print the console itself as a console.log, right? Let's check that out. Okay, see, as I told, so we got this entire object. So what does this contain? So as I said, this console object contains a lot of methods, predefined methods, which we'll be exploring one by one. So all of these are not that important, but some are, you know, very much important that we use on a daily basis for, you know, optimal error handling and stuff. Okay, error handling and debugging stuff. We'll be going through each one of them one by one. Okay, so let's get started. So I'll be just to do that, I'll be using VS Code. You can use any text editor or IDE of your choice. So I'll be just creating a new file, okay, called theindex.js. So I'll be just starting with the console log and we'll just gradually move forward, right? So what is the console log? Printing values to the screen. In general, it's a way to print value to your screen, right? Don't worry, I'll be, you know, posting this to the GitHub repo, so you guys can just use that to learn. Let's just try and run this. Yeah, we got this output, right? I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'll just zoom it a bit. Yeah, so we got this output. Now just let's try some more methods. We'll check. So as you can see, we got this output printed, right? Yeah, let's try some more methods. Now the next method we have is the console.error method. Okay, so this is used for printing error messages in red color, so that, you know, it's great for debugging and stuff. So console.error method. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah, so we got this error message, but as you can see, this is in VS Code terminal, so we are not getting any color or something like that. But when we try this out in the, you know, browser's console, we get an error, right? See, we got this error, and it's just thrown in red color so that we can differentiate from the normal console and the error console, right? Okay, let's try some more. The next method we have is the console.warn method, right? So this is just for printing values as a warning, right? So we get this in the yellow color as a warning. Okay, so the syntax for using this method is just console.warn and your text message. So let's try that out as well. So we got this. We'll just try this same thing on the browser. Yeah, so this is the warning. As I said, now it's coming in yellow color. So the next method we have is the console.table method, which is a method that allows you to print arrays and objects in a clean and tabular format, right? Methods allows you to display arrays and objects in a clean and tabular format. Okay, so let's see an example for it. Okay, we'll just create array of objects, right? So we have an array. Inside that array we'll define some object. Just define this as of now. So we have John, ages 30. Okay, and we'll just close this. I'll just copy this and paste it. Okay, we'll just change this number. Okay, so we have this array of objects. We'll just try to print this in using the console.table method, and let's check what we get. Okay, user, right? I've passed this value. Let's check what we get. Okay, I'll just clear this terminal and just try to print it. See, we got this in a neat, clean tabular format. So this is how we use the console.table method. So this is very useful for analyzing your data, right? While analyzing your data for manipulating it as well. So it's very handful, right? So many developers they just don't use this enough. So the next thing we have in the console methods is the console.group method, right? So what is the console.group method? It is used to organizing your console output. You can just group related logs together so that it looks more clean and neat, and you can more readable, right? We'll see an example so that you guys can understand it pretty neat. Example. So I have an example out there. So this is the group name which we have given, and this is the values which are trying to print, right? So we'll just see how we get the output. See, as you can see, this group name is separated and we got this output. So there's a indentation here, right? And next we have the console.count method. So the console.count method is used to, just keep track of how many times something happens in your code, right? It's as simple as that. So we'll just see an example so we can, understand it much better. I'm just trying to print out. So this is a for loop. So it's running, 5 times. So we should get how many times this have been run, right? We'll just check that out now. See, as you can see, this particular output has been run 5 times, as the initial value starts from 0 and goes up to 5, right? So we got how many times the values has been printed. So this method comes in handy when you're working with for loops and all that, where you need to keep kind of track of how many times something happens. So you can use this method as well. And the next method we have is console.time and console.timeEnd, basically. So using these methods, you can just measure how long certain operations take in your code, right, for running. We'll just see an example of how this console.time and console.timeEnd works, right? So I have this code snippet. So this is the actual labeling we are doing to keep track of time starting and time ending, right? And inside this, this is a little code snippet wherein I'm just created a empty array, and I'm trying to push in some numbers into it, and we'll keep track of this duration, how much time it takes to push all this numbers into this array, right? We'll just check this out, right? So it took almost 0.105 milliseconds to complete this operation. So as I said, so this is just the label to keep track of this operation. Now if we change, say, the time label and this time end label is not matching with each other, then we'll not get the output. So this is very important, keep note of it, okay? As you can see, I've got this error, right? Because these two are not same. Now when I change that back and try to run it, I'll get this, right? Yeah. And the next method which we have is the console.assert method. This method only prints a message if the expression which you are using in it is false, right? We'll just see an example to understand it much more easily. So I have one num variable I have initialized with value of 5. Now let's just console assert it, and we'll give an expression on basis of which the message will be printed. Now is not greater than 10, right? Okay, let's just check this out. See, now this value is not greater than 10, So this expression is false and the message is printed. And if I change this value so that this expression becomes true, then this value is not printed, right? Let me just show you that. See, I didn't get any output. So this is very handy when you are trying to check something based on some expressions or something like that. That's it, guys. That's a wrap for this episode of You Don't Know JavaScript, the console method. We covered most commonly used console methods and how they can make your life easier as a JavaScript developer. Don't forget to experiment with these in your own projects, and that's when the learning happens, right? So if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth JavaScript tutorials. So hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next episode. So let's master JavaScript one concept at a time. See you in the next video, and keep learning and build stuff, right? Bye bye.